Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is feeling icky, make changes.
Welcome to the Light, Hope, and Healing podcast, where we discuss why you have stress, anxiety, pain, illness, and how to heal from it. I am your host, Tracy Gohrick. My background is a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and channel.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. This week's topic is feeling icky, make changes. So, for me recently, I had been feeling really icky. I had had quite a bit of stress in my life going on, just things, keeping me under pressure and under stress, lately. I had not been eating well, and I had just this past week felt like kind of crappy for a week. I had no energy. I couldn't get anything done. I was wondering even if I was going to be able to get this video done because I have to go out of town again before I go out of town because the energy just wasn't there. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it today because I think a lot of people are going through it. I've talked to friends of mine, I've talked to my family, and a lot of them have just been exhausted and feeling icky. Now, I could tie mine back to, the circumstances I was in and under, but also I think it's the energies on Earth right now. It's what's happening. It's things are changing, and so it's causing us to feel tired and to be more affected by our surroundings. So today I wanted to talk about that in what you can do. So what I did when I was in the low, like I said, didn't think I'd be able to do the video because I won't do these unless I'm in a really good place because of the energy. I'm not here to pretend like, oh, everything's all rosy. That's not it. It's just the energy behind it and what gets put out there. I want it to be good energy. Okay. So one thing that I did is I made sure to do my workout for at least 20 minutes every day. And then also a new thing I've started is to get 10,000 steps every day in my day. And also I added grounding. So the steps and the grounding kind of went together. I just make sure to go walk barefoot in my grass. And if you don't have grass, go to a park. Or even if you can just go sit, because I'm now questioning myself going into, the park and walking around. But what you can do is just sit in a chair and put your feet in the ground, on the ground, whether it's dirt or grass, and ground yourself. That's just another thing that I've done for myself that I needed the extra boost. So, when you're feeling down or when you feel like in a low spot and you've done things and you're on this schedule, like I kept working out, I kept moving my body, I kept doing the things that I usually do that kept me in a good place. But this time I needed to change it up and add more because the energies were getting so much stronger and I had more I had to overcome. So I had to change it up. So that's one thing to think about. Like when you're feeling like that, you want to change things up to help you feel better. Because if you get in a lull or your body gets used to it or you have more coming at you, then you need to do more or change it, right? So I added the grounding and the 10,000 steps. And then I also went back because I don't always do the yoga, but I went back and started adding the yoga back in and meditations. And doing that brought my energy back up. So it's been 2 days and I had probably been doing it for about 3 or 4. And then finally, the past 2 days, I started to feel the difference and feel better in it. So, I mean, that's the thing. When you are feeling down and low, you want to make sure and make changes. Now, allow yourself to rest because I do think my body needed the rest, right? So allow yourself to rest. But then after a few days, start incorporating new things or incorporate them, but also allow yourself to rest, right? Because I was incorporating the walking and the grounding and the yoga. I would incorporate that, but I would still allow myself time to rest. Okay. So when you're feeling like that, allow yourself to rest because you probably do need the rest. Okay. So the point is you have to make the effort when you feel like that. You have to really sometimes push yourself to do it. Like I just I didn't feel like doing anything, but I made sure and did things first thing in the morning because that's when I had more energy. But by the end of the day, I was a little bit low, right? So I made sure and did everything that I really wanted to do in the morning. And then by the afternoon, I'd go get some sun. That's another thing I did. I would go get some sun. I would walk and I would ground. And all of that changed my life, but it changed how I was feeling, right? But the point is, you have to make the effort when you're feeling low. Don't just sit in and be like, oh, this is how it is. But rest, like I said, rest, but make sure and change it up. Find things that might work for you. What I do might not work for you, but I'm sharing what I do and what's helped me. The sun is amazing and giving us healing, just being in the sun for 10 minutes a day, 10, 20 minutes helps you heal, right? And walking and grounding, all these things together can just change your trajectory or how you're feeling, especially when you're in a low spot. And know that a lot of people are going through it right now. A lot of people are exhausted. A lot of people are just really struggling because of the emotions, and it's the energy on earth. And we're trying to raise our vibrations and move out of the darkness that's been here. Okay, so that's what's going on, and we're kind of working through that right now. And so that's part of it. And that's why you need to pay attention to how you feel and do the things that help you. Make the effort to do the things that will help you heal or overcome, the feeling low and the feeling icky. Okay, so just remember, change what you're doing. Add to what you're doing. Don't quit what you're doing though, but add to it or change it or come back to things that maybe you let go. And the other thing that I also did was, started paying more attention again to how I was eating because was not eating well. It was my mom's birthday and we had cake and it was just too much sugar and it really affects me. So it was so many things all together. And it took 3 or 4 days to overcome it. But, I worked through it. I added the things and it made a huge difference. And I made myself do those things every day, even though I was tired, right? But I also still rested. I still allowed myself rest. The one thing I just pulled back was from doing the work, my business work. I just took a break from that and rested. I took a break from social media. That's another thing that you could do that might help you because social media can really affect you. So take a look and see what things you are drawn to do, or research it, or do the things that I suggested and see how that works for you. And then do more research and see what things you could do for yourself when you're feeling icky and low. Because we can all overcome these things. It's just working through them and making ourselves, kind of pushing ourselves to do it. All right. Hi everyone, I wanted to talk real quick about the sponsor of this video. It's the Lifewave X39 patches. I don't recommend very many things, but when I do, it's something that I really love. And this is something that I really love. Me, my husband, and my mom have been on it for about 9 months now. And here are some of the benefits we've had. I have had more energy. I recover quicker from injuries. Like I'll just kind of tweak my knee or, my elbow or something, and feel better by the next day. It just heals much quicker being on these patches. My hair is thicker. I went and got my hair cut the other day, and my son told me that my hair is much thicker than it has because he's the one that cuts my hair. And I just feel more at peace and less stress since being on these. And also there was a mole on my face that disappeared from it. And so many things can happen for you. So for my mom, who's 80, she has more energy. She doesn't need to take naps anymore in the afternoon, which is what she would always fall asleep in the later afternoon. And she no longer needs to or does take naps. It's not that she just would fall asleep because she'd be sitting there watching TV or something. And she no longer takes the naps. One thing we noticed is she had a cut on her finger right when we first started to put the patches on, and it was healed the next day. So she recovers more quickly. Bruises were going away more quickly for her. And also a new one is the doctor is taking her off some of her medication because her levels were very good. So that's another amazing thing that's happened for my mom. And then for my husband, he has more energy. He used to also fall asleep in the afternoon on the couch, and he no longer does that. He's just full of energy again. Right after starting the patches, it was like a week, he popped his shoulder out and out of socket. And so he, got it back in, and like it's so painful. I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but he couldn't even lift his arm this far, from after it happened. But the next day he was able to lift it halfway up, and the day after that he was able to lift it all the way up. It was amazing. He has done it so many times, and he was never able to recover that quickly from his an injury at all. And he's more calm and less stressed. So those are the amazing benefits. And so here's what it looks like. I'm going to show you real quickly. It is a little dot that you just put on the back of your neck. Have it on the back of my neck right now. So you can see it there. And you just wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. It's amazing. I love it. And if you want to know any more information about it, the links are in the description below. If you have any questions, reach out. If you want to purchase it, the links are in below. Again, if you have questions, just reach out to me. My email or any contact information is in the description below. So check it out. It's been amazing for me and my husband and my mom and some of my friends and clients too. Go do something you love. Every day, do something you love. Drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate. Whatever it is for you, do something you love. Then do self-care. That could be pray, meditate, ground in the yard. Just do one thing of self-care, Epsom salt bath. And then look for the good in everything. Look for the good in everything. And when you see something in someone that stands out to you, say it to them. And then finally write 10 things you're grateful for. Do these things, and I promise you're going to see a difference in your life. All the links are in the description below to contact me. I have meditations. I have spiritual messages. There's just so many ways you can work with me. Check the links below. Also, the Lifewave patches that I talked about in the sponsor of the video. All the links are in the description below. And reach out if you have any questions or any topics you want me to talk about. We'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.